Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and everything and amazing Propagandacast with me, host and Pearl Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland, off here to a 2v2 on Dreux Scout. In the west it is Convenant and Bisonette. Finding here for the German army, Deutschland, the 1 and 16th Panzerdivision Windhund with Spearhead, German infantry and Jägerarme, Spec Ops, Breakthrough, and Overwatch. In the east it is Tomcat and Spade. Finding here for combined British-American task force with the 3rd Armored Division backed up here by the 51st Infantry. We got Heavy Cavalry with the course rifle defense structures, off-map smoke barrages, Rangers, combined arms, the Pershing, Spade here with Lease Assault featuring mortar teams, assault sections, M10 Achilles, self-propelled anti-tank guns, half-tracks, and the strafing support. And as always, a big hearty thanks to my page supporters, a crucial party of the Propagandacast success. Of that, them I would not be able to do this, so big thanks to all those. Other people can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon, or they can try donating my PayPal. Links in the description. Either would help me out a bunch there, so big thanks to all those. Otherwise, comment, like, share, subscribe. Get the chat going about the might of the Propagandacast and hear some of the exciting stuff in this match. Skirmishing up north here, by the sound of it, except they're shooting at a fire. My God, Otto! It's a fire! Shoot it! Shoot it! Oh my God! The Feldwebel, he's gone insane! Again! He's had too much Panzerschokolade. Sandbags in the centre here. In the south, we got the Dreux Scout coming up there for Tomcat with a mortar pretty early on here. Clearly expecting an MG42 that we can see there's Convenant. It moving up force more towards the centre rate to support Bisonette here versus Spade, not focusing too much in the south. There's the, I think, fairly sensible strand here. We got Mika's section and machine assault section there for Spade in the centre, but there you go. Getting flanked here by Convenant, who moves up the machine here to outmaneuver the British. A devious maneuver here by Convenant, but also technically sound. That said, Tomcat, of course, could exploit this to flank up behind Convenant, as his infantry is active basically in the south here. But there you go, up north here, British forces are being routed as Convenant and Bisonette surrounds them and pushes them back here. Well played there by Convenant and Bisonette. Good teamwork there. Thumbs up. Another assault section here for Spade. Even as his forces, of course, reorganise for a fresh assault. In the south here, we got Convenant's forces there catching the Lease Squad in the centre. On the south, Rav Squad's now converting the centre here, trying to contain the disaster unfolding in the north here between the Axis and the Germans. Swiss maneuvering here. Rav Squad falling back there for Tomcat. Gunners pushing forwards in the south here. Lease taking a minor loss there as Louis drops dead. Rav Squad from the north here. Defending the field point there, 3rd Grenadier Squad there for Convenant. Bisonette with another full Grenadier Squad. No commanders yet for the Germans. Rav Squad moving in there. Mortar push back, unsurprisingly, Vickers setting up here. Both allied players now, by the looks of it, are starting to southward sea to try and now deal with a converging German force there. Good, strong team play here by Convenant and Bisonette so far. 2 thumbs up. Excellent to see you there. Grenadiers routed here, almost wiped out. In fact, they're under Convenant's command. Sandbags, especially on the Carpon as well. They're really rough start for the Allies as the German 1 and 16th Panzerdivision unleashes an infantry-based blitz against the Allies, who were clearly not ready for it. But there you go. British moving in here. They may want to go for a slightly broader push here instead of too narrow here, so it makes it easy for the Germans to focus them down, I think. But there you go, still striking hard. Thompson's up there. Fult's being caught here in a torrent of blade. Then Vickers repositioned once more before being pushed back here. Fult's squad there pushed back. It is a fierce fight here. American artillery, they're bombarding the Germans at the front line here under Convenant's command. Still nothing for the Germans in terms of commanders. Battle headquarters up there for Bisonette. His troops are more or less completely forced off the field here. Allowing Spade a northern push there. Undeterred in the south here. Mortar firing down there. Hitting the Grenadiers. Killing Ludwig. Ambulance out there for Tomcat. And we got the lieutenant out there as well. Assault section pushing forward. So we can go for that carpet. They're going to look to destroy the German supply lines at least just a bit here. Section Vickers moving forwards. Not even reinforced. Can't afford to spare time on that. Bison here with the Jaegers. Assault officer for Spade. A riveting and gripping 2v2 match already to say here, with some excellent pushes by the Germans. No two defensive play there, which I can find can be a bit of a habit. Some German players fall into 2v2 matches. So good play I think there by the Germans. First Jaeger squad out there. Also, the only units with any kind of model of variations there is they actually vary a variety of caps because they just basically grab the sniper model with the slightly touched up uniform. So you sort of get a variety of caps there on them. So this looks, look a bit nicer. This is sort of stuff that I would, have luck with more generally in companies too. I'll even back in companies want to actually use some graphic mods to just slightly get that sort of look there on my Grenadiers and such there. Made it look just a bit nicer. Anyway, section of the Stuart Pioneers pushing that up north here, pointing grab at the assault section. More Thompson on the way there for Spade. In the south there, Tomcat is trying to breach here. But Convenant is putting up a fierce fight here. By the way, Convenant is now the only player without a commander chosen here. Flamethrowers up on the Pioneers. M20 there for Tomcat. As for Spade, no furthest on anything. Germans pushing from northern fuel point. Falling a bit back here. Vickers holding back here to defend the calf point. Northern points being seized. A lot of action here. Medics on the way there for Spade. In the south there, Tomcat has secured the fuel point there for freedom and democracy. No sign of any sort of tech there, I think, for Convenant. There we go. Like to make a nice company plus a medic bunker. Bisonette will have to see who follows up with next. Maybe a flat calf track here versus the Allies. We'll have to see. Maybe skips and pushes straight for armor. Convenant, of course, could go for German infantry. Some veteran squad leaders plus stormtroopers could, certainly fit in with the current playstyle he and Bisonette are exhibiting. And there you go, Bisonette with another Jaeger squad, in particular versus the British. A lot of overcourse players do tend to favour Jaegers, as they do tend to, deal with the British infantry fairly well. South East against the Lieutenant. M20 moving in here, though. Tomcat there, definitely looking to tip the scales of the battle more in favour of democracy and the free world. Armoured car plus more grenadiers here for Convenant. Definitely could look a bit like maybe he's planning German infantry, like 4 grenadiers for the veteran squad leaders is a formidable infantry force. That definitely gives us a more offensive punch here. We'll have to see. Mortifying the MD-42 crew there. Up north here, though, Spade once more finds himself here being punched in the nose here by Bisonette and the German army officer, though, and the assault section unleashed a torrent of Sten and Thompson fire, though, at Bisonette's men, cutting down the Germans' infantry with a ruthless efficiency. Typically not seen in the British Empire. In the south here, troops pushing pushback as well there, as we got another push here by Tomcat here. Might be planning Rangers here, honestly, we'll have to see. Convenant there, I think they sound to upgrade some light machine guns. Yup, so perhaps not German infantry and veteran school leaders. Bit disappointed that personally, but that's just me. Armored car, the 1 kill, tearing into the advancing American infantry. The GIs are definitely dropping dead there. And up north, once more, Spade has made a successful push in the car point and the fuel point. The Allies, despite a rough start, have slowly managed to turn the game around against the German army. After that initial foot blitz, things turned slightly colder there for the Reich. Back in the American base, no weapon racks or grenades. Stuart, those on the way there. We got immediate tech for Spade. Gonna push ahead there for something a bit more armored. In fact, like 7 minutes is pretty fast. They obviously won't be able to push for any tanks right away, but still, he'll be able to, like, say, push out a fast center, at which point the German army will struggle a bit, in with anti-tank guns. But there you go, a Kettenwerfer out there for Bisonette. As for Convenant, nothing much there. Fun fact about the Kettenwerfer, it was developed alongside the Panzerschreckers. When they initially were developed, they actually were not entirely sure they'd want something like an anti-tank gun or sort of more like a man-held weapon. In the end, though, as we all know, the Panzerschreck won out, but sort of it was an interesting sort of side development there during that early period in the German army there, with once they had sort of the bazooka and sort of like retro actually like figuring out how to make that work in a more German fashion, which basically just meant larger rockets. The Jaegers, there was the section here. Both squads equipped with the G43. Spade could also benefit himself from a mortar, maybe. There you go, Vickers catching the Jaegers here. You could also just go for another Vickers machine gun, honestly. I mean, 2 Vickers can all be quite the setup of machine guns, honestly. South here, big infantry push here for Tomcat. Stuart light tank as well there for America, freedom and democracy. As Convenant here and the 2nd Panzer Grenadier Company launches another assault here in the south. Bisonette and the 3rd Panzer Grenadier Company keeping up the northern push here. Mortar and trouble, M20 backing off there. Stuart, there's right here to counterattack here. Backed up by ample infantry. Convenant finds himself in a bit of a pointed situation. He's bringing up Pack 40, but that will not be quite there fast enough. But still, bit of surprise here around the corner. Jürgen with the Panzerfaust. Ground squad there, Lieutenant versus the Pioneers as well there. MD-42 there with the incendiary up his rounds. 2 thumbs up. Excellent ability here versus infantry and some light vehicles though. There we go, up the M20. Another side effect of just being good versus infantry is, and versus light vehicles, it also allows the MD-42 crew to gain a lot of experience much faster, so there's definitely a bit of synergy there in that sense. Meanwhile, infantry north there pushing through here. Convenant's northern line has collapsed like a wet paper bag. Up north here, the once another push here. Bisonette's on the flank continues to be a bit exposed here, and Spade utilizes infantry, assault infantry specific, in a brutal fashion, completely unhinging there the German defenses once more, hitting the car point and threatening retreat path of a lot of troops. There you go, boosting the infantry there with promises of extra nice tea. Don't worry, chaps, it'll be the nice tea, not that other stuff. But there you go, Jaegers, Voltage Sturm Party setting up a line of defense here. But there you go, quick throw of the White Phosphorus Grenade. They completely tumbles Bisonette's new defensive line there into disarray there. As Spade just launches a full Furious Assault here. There you go, Concussor Grenade buys a bit of time for the Sturmpionier to get out of there before getting utterly annihilated. Phew. Got easy, pushing a bit back there. Tomcat. Back in the Allied base. Captain on the way there for Tomcat. So no need you push from bigger armor, perhaps using the anti-tank to go up there. Spade is getting closer to the Cromwell. He could actually go for the center right now, but of course, if he's concerned about a possible, like, enemy armor rush, say a fast Stug or something, obviously getting a Cromwell out first there makes a bit more sense than the center. But again, continue to find here, ultimately though, falls back here, unwilling to commit to further engagements, further bloodshed, at least without further support. He pulls back. Armored car there, piece in the line, Stuart there, heavily damaged, being pulled back for repairs. No Rangers though here for Tomcat. I was kind of expecting them, but oh well. We got bars up though. Weapon racks have been unlocked. They found the keys. Cromwell on the way there for Spade plus Sappers. Thumbs up to that. Got the photos of popping an incendiary grenade against a section. The Brandhandgranate. Fairly rare, and honestly, I'm fairly certain the Germans just use Molotovs of their own more commonly than Brandhandgranate. They just call them Brandflasche. Like, I'm fairly certain they just converted a bunch of, like, alcohol factories, so you do stuff like that to basically just produce them instead. Which is basically also what the Finns did. But anyways, bit of skirmishing there, murdering here in the south. Tomcat, once from the defensive, as Convenant now launches a more confident and serious attack. At this point, it's starting to look like Spearhead, maybe Jaeger armor, but German infantry at this point would be a bit of a surprise. Pleasant surprise, but nonetheless a surprise. Up north with Bisonette there, finally gets back here. Spade goes for the car point, shows him that he too can hit the car point. That said, of course, Bisonette is about to be the receiving recipient there of a full-on armored assault. We do get some White Phosphorus as well here to further mess here with Bisonette's ability to defend against counter. There we go, the assault section going for the Kidnap here. An ominous hint as what is to come. That, of course, is the Cromwell. There you go, bashing through for the British Empire. Fulton is frantically running here to crew up it, but there you go, Jaeger's risk of being wiped out here alongside the Kidnap from Note. Gets away there, looks like. Fritz, though, doesn't get out of there as he gets crushed beneath the, I don't know, 30-ton Cromwell there. Maybe 40 all the way, maybe 20. All the way there, though, another poor soul there. Jürgen crashes well there beneath the Cromwell there. In the southeast, Stuart, there's the Pioneers here. Tomcat's lines that have folded like a house of cards. Up north, Hitcher's being forged there. Back here, nothing further on there for Spade. No Bren guns at the moment. Not that he really has a lot of infantry they can do with Bren guns, but like, the regular section the Saps could do with it. And we got Spade here with a half track. Is he planning the anti-aircraft mount to just further chew up the infantry? He is. And Convenant has gone for the Spearhead Doctrine. Mortar half tracks. Panzer Tactician. Reconnaissance overflight. The Fragmentation Bomb. And of course, the Tiger Tank. Graham Northern Point here with the Vickers, ready to defeat any German head-on assaults with the venerable World War I era water-cooled machine gun, which is basically just development on the Maxim machine gun. The Kenmare for number 2 on the weather for Bisonette, obviously in response to the Cromwell. Half-Tech pushing forward here, right into the Pantherfast possibly. Still, does send a signal here to the Germans that need a bit more cavalry infantry. Of course, also means air support, unless they get rid of the half-tech quickly. We'll also have a much harder time. A bit surprised here that Spade sent it in like that. Maybe there was something wrong there during the planning phase here for Spade. Hard to say there, but I think the half-tech is about to go down here. Like, he pushed too fast here. A bit too recklessly, and might just lose it here. Yeah, he's going to probably lose it, like, statistically, I say the chance of him not losing are incredibly slim. And there you go. Pop goes the Weasel there in an explosive manner. Tomcat, they're launching another assault here. No Rangers from him, though. Again, I would really like to see some Rangers here. They are pretty good there with the Thompsons of their own. We got the assault section pushing forwards here. Virtually feed the ace level game. Then a Kednefer in some deep sauerkraut here, but got Germany there further pushing forwards. There we go. Cromwell racing in. They're crushing several stalls and fences. Jaegers right as well here. Do we have anything there? We got this tier 3 research for Convenant, but no support McCall yet there. I think he will need some armor here. He could try and hold out there for this Tiger tank. He has gone for double packs, but I would say that is going to be fairly risky. North here though, point being still helped by the Vickers machine gun. Cromwell there needs some light repairs. And another half-track for Spade, undaunted over the loss of the first half-track. He calls another one, of course, making sure the new set of drivers doesn't know what happened to the last one. Oh, they got lost in Belgium. Belgium? Yeah, isn't that where we are? No, I think we're in Luxembourg, sir. Well, you know, Belgium, Luxembourg, it's all the same. Don't you worry. I'm sure they'll come back. But there you go. Nice flank here by Bisonette. Thumbs up there. Completely unhinges there. Spade's northern anchor point there, but the fuel points too. They're almost knocked out here by Convenant's pack push. Gonna seizing the point here in the centre. Spade there turning his gaze water centre once more in the south here, though. Tomcat's definitely looking a bit more well dug in there. Surprised we haven't seen a 50 cal there. We do get the major though, but a 50 cal I think would also be a good addition to help deal with some of the Convenant stuff here. They do have double anti-tank guns, so my guess here that Tomcat, similar to Convenant, is planning to just stall for the big tank. But there you go, assault section here, catches here, Convenant's anti-tank gun crew in a pretty bad state there, before also just smothering the Grenadiers in some incredibly noxious white fuss when the gun is just standing there like, Jürgen, I'm not feeling too good. I feel like I'm on fire, but without being on fire. Yeah, I think we should get out of here. Got one of the packs wiped there. Good push. They almost got the Grenadiers wiped as well there, by the way. Really brutal push. These assault sections are doing ungodly work or godly work, depending which side you're on there. Machine gun wipes. So this is a huge blow here to Convenant. Lost the pack crew. Lost the MG-42 here. If either Spade or Tomcat are smart, they'll of course seize these weapons and turn them against the Reich. But there we go. Bisonette is able to exploit this push from the Allies in the south here to flank up behind them. Could turn us around there. Got the 2-2 knocked out here, but we got the German push here. Could get the Pack 40 back. At least machine gun need to actually get a bit further away before he retreat. I was going to retreat right through all this and get wiped. There go white phosphorus though. Doing his best to mess with the Germans, but I feel that may not quite pan out there for Spade. Yeah, there we go. Machine gun wiped here. Ensuring that does not fall into British hands. Maybe actually they could actually go either way. That could actually go either way. In fact, there's a good chance he might wipe it again here. And then turn it back into British servers once more. But there you go. Double attempt, need to grab it. Get your hands on it. Pop a smoke grenade maybe. And then get the devil out of there. Pack 40 being destroyed. At least attempted destroyed here by Tomcat. But I don't think Convenant is going to let that happen. Yeah, we did manage it. Bloody close though. This match has really got some dynamics going on with it. Convenant, though, is definitely edging towards the Tiger tank there. Slowly but surely. Again, not something I would strongly recommend, but as long as one of the players at least is pushing it for medium armor, it can work. Similarly against Spade, you know, got the Cromwells and now M10, so again, they can sort of make it work in a 2v2 sort of sense, but still something to be, you know, careful with. It can easily backfire if you're not careful. Of course, in this regard, also works because one player on each side is stalling for the big tank. Almost got the Panther 4 there under Bisonette's command. Fresh push up north here. Bisonette's forces they've routed. Once more pushed back here by advancing British forces there. Orbits on there for Bisonette. We got a booby trap going off there with a mine. Either way though, the officer blew up his face there. Guessing it was a mine since it doesn't have anything. It could have been the Jaegers actually. And fun fact, the Germans actually laid boo-boo traps specifically to target British officers that happened during Monte Cassino actually, where they basically find the nicest rooms possible and then they just boo-boo trap some paintings and then leave them slightly crooked. So, you know, figuring, you know, the British officers with a, you know, posh upbringing be like, this isn't right, you know, tilted back in order, and then boom. God, you gotta love the Germans. Anyways, Ravcott pushing forward into a lot of folks with the Jaegers there. Murder fire there. They're stopping Tomcat's advance there under devastating hailfire of late there. Grenadiers pushing also back here. Tomcat's advance has seemingly stalled out here. Lack of 5th cal there still being a bit notable. We got the Vickers there and the machine pushing north here. Spade once more with a fresh northern assault. And now we got the M10 Achilles self-propelled anti-tank gun. Note, both versions of the M10 in the British service was known as the Achilles, including the version with a 17-pounder gun, because I don't exactly know why either. Maybe they got lazy. All the way though, Convenant here, very close to the Tiger tank. We're talking roughly a bit over a minute here. You can call in the Tiger tank versus the Allies. Tomcat, meanwhile, it's got a bit more to go there before we call in a M26 Pershing heavy tank in response there himself. Panther forces the assault section on the northern field point. Got a skirmish in the southeast. Do a light tank close to the edge. Engaging grenadiers with its 37mm gun. Spoke a bit too fast there. Orbison holding up the centre. Got the M10 pushing forwards here. There we go. Flanking speed. Good shot there with his 3-inch gun. Making short work there with the Panther Force armour. Before then darting back out. South here, fresh push by Convenant against Tomcat there. Pack 40 firing away there. Stuart there near ace level here. Grenadiers route it. Mortar bar close to the ace level. Good work there. Thumbs up. And Convenant so close the Tiger Tank decides, you know what? I think I want a Panther instead. Yeah. I think stalling for a Tiger Tank might be a bit silly. At this point, I think either would have worked out. Like, he's so close to the Tiger Tank, it actually feels a bit silly to then go for the Panther. But, oh well. At least he goes for a tank finally. At least he goes for a tank. I think that's really what matters. Another machine as well, they're Convenant finally. So there you go. Panzer Kampfwagen out there for Convenant and the German army. Pioneers of the Dreux Scout there, push back. Those who got a fresh push here by Tomcat. Infantry, we got Lieutenant Captain, both equipped heavily with bars, and of course the Thompson, they also get to go around there. North here, Spade's got a nice defensive line here, that's set. That's a good push for Bisonette, they could unhinge them. 249 for an 8. Germans, so that's a significant victory point lead, and interesting partly because they never really secured the centre very well. Up north here, the good push here, and we can see that already now. Spade is using infantry to sort of flexibly deal with these smaller infantry threats first, and allow them to sort of that way grind down Bisonette's assault here by individually removing some of the weaker pieces he can more easily and then deal with the main force. So, smart play there, I think, for Spade by now. In the south, though, Panther pushing forwards here. Pin-up machine almost done there for Convenant. Meanwhile, Tomcat is getting closer to Pershing. Goes to a corner for the Panther. Shots bouncing off the Panther's frontal armour there. Armour piercing rounds, there you go. Soldier to go through there. Panther misses the Stuart. Deploys smoke, though, disengages for Deutschland. Mortar they're getting ace level, probably should retreat them. There you go. 22-minute mark here. Tomcat could have called in the Pershing, but decided to reinforce some troops first. Guess he didn't pay attention there. Meanwhile, up north here, Spade pulling back. Is he planning a Comet himself? He's planning Churchill tanks. Well, there's a surprise. That said, the Churchill tank course can absorb a lot of firepower, and of course that might be Spade's plan. Our Tomcat once more getting within range of that M26 Pershing heavy tank, which would later be degraded to a medium tank after the war. And according to some scholars, the Pershing's overall performance was roughly that of the Panther. Roughly, anyways. Probably had better high explosive shells, but that's about it. I'll let Pershing out there for Tomcat. Going into the Dreux Scout there. Captain Lieutenant pushing 14 to the MD42 up north here. Just being murdered out here. The Pershing will definitely be a challenge here for Convenant to deal with. Particularly since he lost one of his packs. So again, the Panther could theoretically have a good chance against it as well there. Up north, the Bisonette once more with another fresh push here. We'll have to see what he's planning. Could be planning a Panther himself. He could also try and stall for the King Tiger, obviously. But I think just more medium arm work out better. There you go. Pershing shoots, misses the Panther narrowly. Though still does a bit of splash damage there. Ruining some of the paint job there. Causing a bit of morale damage to the crew. Stuart there was the Grenadiers pushing them back, almost wrapping up there. Pershing once more pushing forward here, backed up the entertain guns. Convenant here, of course, faced with that many guns, wisely backs the Panther bit out there. Up north here, Bisonette by launching a sneaky flank here, up behind Spade's flank here. Very good. Panther 4 getting eventually 2 there, but it's met here with resistance. Cromwell there getting eventually 2 in the process, but needs some guns down here. And there you go, threatening to flank up behind now. Here's Spade's front line there. Very good push here by Bisonette. Definitely looking to disassemble his Spade's northern positions. Thumbs to the Bisonette. I think tactically he made some really good moves there. But we got the MD42 here opening up on the German troops. There you go. Light gun bomb there. Forcing Bisonette's flank to get pushed off. Also moving forward here. Close to veterans you won. Captain dashing forwards here. Panther being fixed up there for Convenant. Bisonette can go for a Panther of his own, and there we go. Another Panther for Deutschland. And there we go. Spade here at the 24-minute mark decides to go for that Churchill tank. I was honestly again expecting a Comet. Oh, section white, but Churchill's going to work out too if properly supported. lost a section. He actually needs to replace some of his losses. He's like down to just the officer and the assault section. I'd say that is too little infantry, particularly versus an opponent, but like 2 officer squads, the Jaegers, 2 Volksgunners and the Sturmpines. Like, that is a hell of an infantry difference. They meanwhile Convenant's got 4 Grenadier squads versus Tomcats. Well, 4 infantry squads. Panther pushing forwards, no snares or anything like that here, so Convenant got a bit lucky there with the push, just a bit. Got the M10 by the way there, eventually 2 engaging there the Panther, though getting engaged in return there. South here, Convenant's push against Tomcats working out fairly well. Tomcats Pershing there, of course, being repaired. With only 1 reaction squad, by the way, it's going to take for him forever to like repair that. He's going to need more of the echelons, honestly, to sort of fix up that Pershing more consistently. And there we go, 2nd Panther out here. In the centre there, fresh push by the German army. Assault there, popping a white phosphorus grenade again there. Thumbs up to Spade. A lieutenant pushing forwards here. Or the assault officer, just so you used to call him the lieutenant there partly. And there you go, grenade off in return here. Blows apart there the officer, oh, not the officer, but probably his Batman. For those not wondering why I just said Batman, back in the British Army back then, the British officer would usually have an aide on assistant, and he was known as the Batman. Yeah, go figure. Well, of course, the Grenadiers there. Up in the centre relations of the Jaegers, being hammered there by the Panther. Sniped there. Pinwitching there into the Panzerkampfwagen 5. Got the Pershing moving forwards here, engaging in the Panther. Good shot there through the Panther's frontal armour. Panther, though, is veterans 1 here. But not much more than that, honestly. Still push back here. Tomcat could consider going for some Shermans or some Scots, but I think Shermans would certainly work out the best. He could also consider Jackson, to be honest, but we'll have to see. Machine in there routed, caught by a lot of angry Americans. We got 217 versus 380. Panther gets good in the Pershing. In the centre there, we got the Churchill tank there at the ready. M10 in dying some repairs here. Of course, having all these sappers definitely helps out Spade there. Stewart seeing some repairs here from its crew. Panther being fixed up. Bit of quiet here, but not for long, as Bisonette once more launching the assault there for Deutschland. Churchill tank slowly moving ahead here. Just moving forwards there. Fixing up the M10, and we got reconnaissance overflight here from Convenant. Not a bad idea there, certainly gives a bit of clear idea as to what Tomcat is up to in his position, which could open up for some better assaults here. We'll have to see what Convenant goes for next. Maybe a Panther again, maybe a Tiger, maybe a Sturmpanzer. We shall have to see what Convenant is planning. In the centre of the British using the centre victory point, very good. Northern one there, a bit further out of his reach for now. But only for now, I imagine. Most of the British army is fixed up, just in the church lane there be fixed up a bit here as well. Pershing holding off the German assault here in the centre as Convenant slowly approaches. And there you go. Ranch in the tank against the Pershing is again here. Sherman on the way there for Tomcat. Thumbs up. Panther almost knocked out there. Anti-tank there. Oh, could have popped take aiming. I think almost gets the Panther. That was really close there for Convenant. He almost lost his Panther there, and it might still happen. Good lord, the luck on that Panther. The absolute luck. Well, he can go for another Panther now again at this point. He may then want to stall for the Tiger tank. We'll have to see what Convenant does. Meanwhile, the Sherman's almost done here. Tomcat on a fresh, furious assault here in the centre there. Jaegers moving up, Panther southward. Chucking moving. There we go. They're going to swing hard at Tomcat. Will Spade? Yeah, Spade is already ready here. Catching some of Bisonette's troops as he is able to read the situation, I think, fairly well there. Thumbs up to Spade. In the south here, the assault continues to do. They're covering up the entire southern flank. Sherman out there for Tomcat and the 3rd Armoured Division. And we got Spade here with a Bofors now. Guessing they're concerned about air support, but obviously it's going to also be a bit of a nightmare for infantry. So there you go. Bofors up. Swedish anti-aircraft gun. Bofors actually made also anti-tank guns that was used by a variety of the Axis armies in the war. Mostly the minor ones like Romania and Hungary. Fun fact. In fact, the Axis also used the Bofors for the anti-aircraft gun. They even had an anti-aircraft tank based off of it. It looks very similar to the Ostwind. Fun fact there. Even more funnily enough, they had a specific version for the Hungarian army known as the Nimrod, which means Great Hunter. Joel tank here was the advancing Falcons in the centre, Vickers in the trench here. Digging around. It looks like they kind of go out in the north, which is a bit risky in some regards, depending on what the Germans exploit this particular fact. Definitely one like P up pressure north as well, I think, for the British army. Yeah, this time it does look like Convenant is playing the Tiger Tank, and of course we'll team goes for the Panther again shortly before that. Churchill Tank there, slowly approaching veterans in one. Looks like in trouble. So this is going to be a bit of a tougher nut for the Germans to crack, though not impossible, not impossible. Sab's almost right there, go Convenant at the 30-minute mark. Can call in the Tiger Tank now. There we go, Tiger Tank out for him. Of course, obviously, the Bisonette follows up with himself. Panther takes another hit here. Very close to 52, though. Big push for Tomcat into the center. And he's almost wiped out there. A brutal fusillade there of lead. And there goes Sherman charges in there. Not entirely sure why. Might have been a misclick here, but it's Tomcat or something else. Hard to say. They're Sherman there with a damaged engine. Anti-tanks are applying coming fire. There we go. One cleared up with the Grenadiers here. Panthers now bet you 2 shots and added. Tiger Tank running forward there for Deutschland. And he's being mauled. The anti-tank recruit. Their Panthers almost getting knocked out here. Need to get out there to safety fast, or as they would say, schnell. In the center here, Germans pushing forward here. Churchill Tank, they're taking fear to the rear. We got air support called in, but of course the Buffos could knock this out of the skies quite aggressively. The south here, Tiger Tank being met by the Pershing and getting stumped with the Stuart. No support for the Tiger Tank. There's a bit of a mistake here. Aircraft raining down. Death on the center here. But we've got the Buffos forward from the Atlantic Tank, and they're blazing into the German Luftwaffe there. They're so fast yet to shoot down any of the aircraft. Of course, that can quickly change. Panther pushing forward, well, they're right into the line of fire of the M10. Crom, they're getting good help from the Panther's rear as well there. Buffalo's got 1 aircraft shot down. 2 aircraft. There we go, though. Not the anti-tank aircraft, though. Crom there takes a full volley. Almost gets knocked out. Close call there for Spade. South 2 being fixed up. Pershing move again here. Tiger Tank still at it here versus the Allies. No kills as of yet. There you go, though. Quick change to that. Adding a penalty machine as well, though. Very good. Stuart, Pershing, they're going for the Tiger Tank. Pank 40 turning around here. Ace-Little, by the way. Stuart quick to disengage, but may still go down here with a bit of bad luck there for Tomcat. Center, though, we still got a lot of dark in Englishmen. Panther and Tiger, they need repairs. Having 2 pioneer squads is a very good idea, of course, for Convenant to help fix them faster. And we got our howitzer here for Bisonette. Realize, of course, we require something, or he will require something a bit more punchy here versus these dark in Englishmen. He calls for the howitzer. Panther's almost fixed up there for Convenant. Tiger Tank calls next, adding the pinline machine gun. Very good. Thumbs up. Quad here. And there we go, pushing southwards here with the Panther, and they're going to easy catching the Pershing there with a good shot there. You got their Tomcat's Pershing quickly backing off here, and soon now this is target the Panther's Wrath. Tiger Tank is still being repaired here, but their tail team is going up fairly well here. But there you go, support from Spade is already pushing Convenant's force off here, and there you go, the south converging on the Panther. We can see there. Convenant will quickly have to fall back. The Panther, there you go, gets a Stuart at the very least. Close to the ace on that Panther. That Panzerkampfwagen 5 up north. That Bisonette seizing on point C. But Tomcat there keeps up the pressure. Tiger Tank responding to the advancing American infantry with its 8-hit little gun. Howitzer is at the ready now as well here for Bisonette. Bombarding around here the Buffos and the mortar. Could catch some retreating infantry actually with a bit of luck there. Of course, depending on perspective, bad or good luck. There you go, mortar troop utterly annihilated, depriving Tomcat of his artillery support. The Buffos, though, so far remained largely unscathed from general bombardments. Northeast, Bisonette remains still kind of passive here. But of course, that could rapidly change. There you go, Buffos taking some nasty hits here. We got 202 vs 290. And there you go, Churchill Tank there, close to 82, but taking hits here from the German guns. Assault takes from the Foxes, White Fox with the Kidnappers. Panthers engaging the Churchill Tank with its high velocity 7-5 gun there. Punching through the Churchill Tank's armor cleanly. In the south here, Panther engaging the finding position. We got the Pershing flanking the Panther. Where's the Tiger Tank? It's been still fixed here. Panther's very close to the Eastland. Get to the Eastland. That would definitely make things tough here for the Pershing, which Tomcat is already fixed up again. There's Sherman down to half health here. Jackson all the way for Tomcat, still in the Rangers. Infantry time's running a bit short. And we got Convenant with a mortar after going for some artillery of his own. Not a bad idea there. Howitzer, meanwhile, is almost ready to fire again here for Deutschland. Buffos has not been fixed there, by the way. Good hit from the Pack 40. Target tank going over the Pershing. We even got the target weak point here. And there you go. Pershing is stunned. This could allow for some easy shots here for Convenant to possibly push the Pershing out of the fight for longer or even possibly destroy it. But there you go. Veterans 1 getting the target tank there. Panther back to being fixed up. M10 moving in here under Spade's command here to challenge the target tank alongside the Pershing. There we go. Good shots on the target tank there, pushing down to half health. We've got the mortar take up here, deploying incendiary rounds here to soften up the eyes in the centre. In this case, the local architecture. And there you go, catching the buffaloes with that. Panther engaging 40, catching the final position there. Target tank back to being repaired here. Up north, Bisonette is still... I think he's lining up for a big push here, though. Taking advantage of the push in Convenant, and then maybe see him get Spade to pay attention, then pushing northwards. But there you go. Church tank responding here to northern push from Bisonette. Artillery fighters landing directly on the church tank, doing only light damage. Panther 4, Panther engaging it. There you go. Crom in the centre, they're being pushed back as well. Here, like Kevin was backing up. The folks are close being wiped out. There you go, keeping the assault here. The Chelsea tank, due to the local geometry here, the buildings, the trees, they're kind of being isolated from the rest of the force here. Cromwell knocked out, great kill here in the south. The assault continues for Convenant. The target tanks want to spearheading, backed up now by the Panther. Working together now, that could be a massive issue here for Tomcat's Pershing. His Jackson is a bit further behind, this shouldn't be repaired, but still. Panther moving forward there, good hit on the Pershing, almost got it. It's gained the ace level though. The Panther's almost there as well. Around the southern victory point. We got Monson artillery here. The sappers trying to repair it while everything's on fire. That's a tough task. Maybe we should put out these fires. No, just keep throwing stuff on it. Could actually finish this off and actually wipe the saps. That'd be a pretty big blow there to Spade, honestly. And he's just churning out loads of M10s now here. Loads of M10s. Anti-tank at the ready here by the northern point. Target tank being fixed up. Artillery fire raining down here around the mortar emplacement, which just keeps unloading more incendiary rounds here on the Bofors. Thumbs up to Commodore. We got 8 kills, by the way. That's pretty good. In fact, he did wipe all the sappers with it. Brutal. I mean, that's a pretty good mortar after it. There we go. Bofors down. 10 on the move here. Pershing moving up there. 10 kills. Ace level. Panther gets good here in the ace level in the process here for Deutschland. 175 to 160. Good shot there in the Jackson. Good return here by the Pershing. Damage engine on the Ace Panther crew here. We've got the pack supporting the TIE tank. Vector 2 that can also join in again. There you go. Round squad getting bombarded. German running forwards up north here. The Spade seems kind of not there. Again, the lack of infantry is not helping out here. In the south, Sherman dashes forward to get pushed back. And we got fresh air support here, and of course, with no Bofors or any anti-aircraft guns. There's nothing to really protect Tomcat's armor from the might of the Luftwaffe. Almost got the Sherman there and the M36 Jackson tank destroyer here. Pershing buggering off. Target tank pushing forward. Good hit there. Almost got it. Definitely a good chance to take out both the Sherman and the Jackson here. There we go. Panthers diving in a good combined arms push. A combined push with Bisonette and Convenant here. Completely sandwiching Tomcat's armor and destroying his entire armored fleet there with a glorious blitzkrieg. We do have Spade here responding to this now, but he's going to caught by the Luftwaffe. And there you go. One M10 combusts. The Allies are being utterly destroyed here by the German Panzerwaffe. The Tiger tank is closing in on the ace level here. Panther ace is moving in here. Churchill tank and M10 are being pushed back here as Convenant drives the armoured fist of Deutschland right into his face. There we go. GG. Game over. A loss here for the Allies. A victory for Deutschland. A fierce armoured battle here on Dreux Scout here with a lot of great action here. Some good teamwork from both sides. But I feel like the mistake for the Allies was basically when Spade lost enough infantry, didn't replace it, instead he went defensive, which gave the initiative to the Germans, I think, pretty much permanently, at which point the Allies kind of were doomed. Like, I think they kept up more pressure and North tried to outmaneuver the Germans more. I think they'd actually had still a good chance of winning it, but I think that move they kind of made it much more difficult than to actually win. But still, good fight here with some nice infantry and armor action here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell your friends, tell your family. But don't your enemies. Of course, consider donating or pledge on Patreon. Support the Propagandacast. This is Imperial Lynching. Cheers, and see you all tomorrow for another episode. Bye.